Let's start setting up.
Okay. I'm out for the walk around.
1,700 feet broken. Temperature 12. Dew point 10. QNH29.85. ILS runway 9er center, ILS runway 9er left, ILS runway 9er right, ILS runway 10 center, ILS runway 10 left, and ILS Yankee runway 10 right in use. Landing and departing runway 9er center, runway 9er left, runway 9er right, runway 10 center, runway 10 left, and runway 10 right. VFR aircraft say direction of flight. All aircraft read backfold short instructions. Advise controller on initial contact you have India. O'Hare Airport. Report information India 0000 Zulu. Line 004 at 19er. Visibility 10. Sky condition, ceiling 1,700 feet broken. Temperature
Hi,
12.
the security and safety check are all done.
10.
Are we good to start boarding?
QNH29er.85.
I'm back. No issues on the walk around.
Okay. Yeah, you can start boarding.
Thanks.
ILS runway 10 center, ILS runway 10 left, and ILS Yankee runway 10 right in use. Landing.
Pull up. Wind shear. Wind shear. Wind shear. Terrain. Terrain. Pull up.
Airspeed low. Airspeed low.
Sink rate. Pull up. Terrain. Pull up. Don't sink. Don't sink. Too low. Terrain. Too low. Gear. Too low. Flaps. Too low. Terrain. Glide slope. Bank angle. Bank angle.
Approaching minimums. Minimums. 2,500. 1,000. 500. 400. 300. 200. 100. 50. 30. 20. 10.
Wind shear. Wind shear. Wind shear. Too low. Terrain. Caution. Terrain.
Hi, here's the fuel slip.
Thanks.
Welcome. Have a nice flight.
Hi guys, here's the load sheet for you.
Thank you.
No problem. Have a safe flight.
Would you like the APU on?
Okay.
Starting the APU.
Pre-flight checklist.
Stand by.
Pre-flight checklist.
Pre-flight checklist. Oxygen.
Tested 100%.
Tested 100%. Navigation transfer and display switches. Normal auto. Windows heat. On. Pressurization mode selector. Auto. Flight instruments.
Heading 094, altimeter 2985.
Heading 094, altimeter 2985. Parking brake.
Set.
Are you positive? Engine start lever.
Cutoff.
Pre-flight checklist completed.
Are you ready for the departure brief?
Go ahead.
Okay, it's going to be a standard pushback and start off the gate. Taxi route will be assigned by ATC. It'll be a left seat takeoff using an assumed temperature. The APU is in op and we will configure for a bleeds off takeoff, so it'll be an unpressurized takeoff. Anti-ice will be off. Above 80 knots, we will reject for fire, engine failure, loss of control, or wind shear. A crew member noticing the abnormality will clearly state the problem. I will call reject or continue. If the decision is to reject, I will close the thrust levers and disengage auto throttle, observe or apply maximum braking, raise speed brakes, apply maximum amount of reverse thrust consistent with the conditions, and bring the aircraft to a complete stop on the runway, stow the speed brake, and set the parking brake, and advise the cabin, this is the captain speaking, remain seated, remain seated. I'll then perform any necessary memory items or checklists as appropriate. If an evacuation is required, I'll initiate the evacuation checklist. In the event of an engine failure after V1, we will continue the takeoff, rotate at VR, call positive rate, gear up, and cancel the master caution. There will be no other calls below 400 feet. At 400 feet, I'll call for a roll mode, then call confirm the failure. If required, we'll perform any necessary memory items, climb at V2 to V2 plus 20 to 1,000 feet AFL or TOCA, whichever is greater. Retract the flaps on schedule. When flaps have been retracted and at or above flaps up maneuvering speed, call for level change if VNAV is not engaged. Set max continuous thrust and call for the appropriate emergency checklist. We are under our maximum landing weight, so we are okay to make an immediate return. The departure routing will be via the ATC assigned SID, complying with all published speed and altitude restrictions. No noise abatement procedures are required. Current weather poses a threat. We won't rush any procedures today. Any questions, comments, or concerns?
No questions.
Departure brief complete.
American 532 ready to copy IFR clearance.
American 532 is cleared to Kilo Juliet Foxtrot Kilo Asphalt. Expect departure runway 048. Climb and maintain 7,500 feet. Expect higher clearances 4 minutes after departure. Departure on 26.62. Squawk 6 on F03.
American 532 is cleared to Kilo Juliet Foxtrot Kilo is filed. Climb and maintain 7,500 feet. Expect higher clearances 4 minutes after departure. Departure on 126.62. Squawk 6143. American 532.
American 532 read bike correct. Altimeter is 2985, contact ground on 8.05 when ready for pushback, enjoy your evening.
Altimeter is 2985, ground on 118.05 American 532.
Hey guys, all packs are on board. Are we clear to close?
Yes.
Thanks. Let me know if you need anything.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, welcome on board our flight today. This is the lead flight attendant speaking. Please direct your attention to the cabin crew for important safety information.
American 532 ready for pushback and engine start.
American
532 pushback and engine start approved.
Pushback and engine start approved. American 532.
Cockpit to ground.
You got a door
Go
light,
ahead,
yeah?
flight tech. Confirm all ground checks complete. We're cleared to pressurize the hydraulics. All ground checks are complete and you are cleared to pressurize the hydraulics.
It is our policy that you keep your seatbelt fastened at all times while
Cockpit to
seated.
ground.
Go ahead.
Please
Doors are
disconnect the
clearly marked with
GPU
exit
and air
signs
conditioning.
instructions
Roger.
for door
Connecting
operation.
GPU and air.
Each door is equipped with an escape slide. Locate the exit nearest you. The
Cockpit to
nearest
ground.
exit may be
Go ahead, flight tech.
behind you.
We will be ready shortly. Roger.
In an emergency, lights will illuminate the aisle. The cabin is pressurized. If there is a loss of cabin pressure, a panel will open and oxygen masks will appear. Remain seated with your seatbelt fastened and pull a mask toward you to start the flow of oxygen. Oxygen will be flowing to the mask even though the bag may not inflate. Cover your nose and mouth with the mask, place the elastic band around your head, and tighten by pulling on the ends. Secure your own mask before assisting others. Your seat bottom cushion may be used as a flotation device. Pull up and remove the cushion. Upon exiting the aircraft, place your arms around the cushion and hold on to the straps located on the back. This is a non-smoking flight. Smoking is not permitted in the cabin or lavatories. Cabin lights will now be turned off. Reading light buttons are located above your seat. Thank you for your attention.
Ladies and gentlemen, from the cockpit, this is your captain speaking. We'd like to extend our welcome on board to you today. Please sit back, relax, and enjoy the flight. Cabin crew, arm slides and cross-check. Before start checklist.
Before start checklist. Flight deck door closed and locked. MCP.
V2 to go. Heading 000.
Takeoff speeds.
V1 140. VR 150. V2 160.
CDU pre-flight.
Let's start setting up.
Okay. I'm out for the walk around.
Hi, the security and safety check are all done. Are we good to start boarding?
I'm back. No issues on the walk around.
Okay. Yeah, you can start boarding.
Thanks.
Stand by.
Glide slope. Pull up. Wind shear. Wind shear. Wind shear. Terrain. Terrain. Pull up.
Airspeed low. Airspeed low.
Sink rate. Pull up. Terrain. Pull up. Don't sink. Don't sink. Too low. Terrain. Too low. Gear. Too low. Flaps. Too low. Terrain. Glide slope. Bank angle. Bank angle.
Approaching minimums. Minimums. 2,500. 1,000. 500. 400. 300. 200. 100. 50. 30. 20. 10.
Wind shear. Wind shear. Wind shear. Too low. Terrain. Caution. Terrain.
Hi, here's the fuel slip.
Thanks.
Welcome. Have a nice flight.
Completed.
Are you sure about that? Rudder and aileron trim.
Free and 0.
Taxi and takeoff briefing.
Completed.
Anti-collision light on. Before start checklist completed.
Cockpit to ground. Go ahead, flight deck. We are ready for pushback and engine start. Roger. Release the parking brakes, please. Parking brakes released. Pushing back. You are clear behind, and you can start your engines at your discretion. Pushback complete. Set parking brakes, please. Parking brakes set. Roger. Okay, the tow bar is disconnected and the equipment is clear. We will see you on the left side with the pin. Thanks, and you can disconnect and go to hand signals. Thanks. Have a good flight. See you later.
Hi guys, here's the load sheet for you.
Thank you.
No problem. Have a safe flight.
Before start checklist.
Before start checklist. Flight deck door closed and locked. MCP.
V2 to go. Heading 000.
Takeoff speeds.
V1 140. VR 150. V2 160.
CDU pre-flight.
Completed.
Are you sure about that? Rudder and aileron trim.
Free and 0.
Taxi and takeoff briefing.
Completed.
Anti-collision light on. Before start checklist completed.
Start sequence is 2 then 1.
Check.
Start engine 2.
Starting engine 2. We have insufficient air pressure for start.